Alright, we're in round 1. We have the choice. We'll play first, and we'll keep. Seems good to me. Got all 3 colors, got our 2-drop and 3-drop. Got a nice curve going. No problems. Oops. Alright, so get the lurkers down. I'll let them know we're Jeskai. It's okay. Ah, very nice. Alright, so go ahead. Well, this is actually a dilemma. I don't think we're unmorphing this turn. My thing was I wanted to play the untapped land so I could unmorph, but I think it's actually better to play the tapped land and play the morph weapon master, regardless of what happens this combat. I don't need to save either of my creatures, really. I mean, I could see the argument for saving the canyon lurkers because potentially a 6/3, but I think progressing our board at this point and guaranteed being able to unmorph next turn is pretty huge. Okay. So now what this does is kind of puts us in an interesting position. If he has a good blocker for our Valley Dasher, which it doesn't appear that he does, but if he did, we would be able to kind of pump our dude, which is nice. I think we're just unmorphing this turn and getting in for just a ridiculous amount of damage, so let's do that. I mean, I guess I could do the worst. Well, that's pretty good too, I guess, isn't it? All right, change my plans. Next turn's the one we get in for 1 million. So we're getting in for 4, and then we do War Shrieker plus Weapon Master morph. All right. Heart Piercer Bow. That's something I haven't seen yet. In 47 drafts, I believe. I have not seen that card. How crazy is that? I'm pretty sure we got lethal here. I can't imagine not having lethal. So let's see. 3, 5, 7. So I just unmorph this. Pump a dude. And it's over. Alright. So playing against Mardu. Main deck Heart Piercer Bow. Like I said, very unusual. He's got just Sky Banner. Also very strange if he's Mardu. And all we saw was a Tracker and a Summit Prowler. So not a ton of information given. Not enough to indicate I need to bring in Smite the Monstrous. But he didn't play anything cheap, which is interesting. Typically, if he's not playing anything cheap, if you knew that his deck didn't have anything cheap, rather, bringing in the Smite, of course, would be good. But it could just be he, just didn't open a hand with any of his 2-drops, so could have just gotten the nice jump on him. I think we try one more. Let's see bigger creatures before I decide if I want to take out Bringlow. I mean, currently Bringlow hit both his creature targets, whereas Smite would have only hit one. So let's leave it the same for now. Well, we have all 3 colors, but no creatures. And I have to assume we're on the draw. We do have 15 creatures in deck, but 5 lands, no creatures. I gotta be honest, I'm not a big fan of keeping this hand. The problem is, Valley Dashers are gonna be terrible mid to late game. I'd rather have a hand that had less lands than actual creatures, I think. Despite having all 3 colors. I mean, if I draw a creature, I'm looking pretty good, but if I just draw lands, well, it's challenging. It's a challenging decision here. I think I'm gonna keep. It's not a great keep. It's really not, but we have 15 creatures. We have a lot of 2-drops. There's a decent chance we draw some 2-drops. All right, Skull Hunter for no value. Ooh, well, that's a bad draw. Starting to rapidly look like it should have been a mulligan, but hindsight is 20/20. If I had ripped 2-drops there, then I think I would have been preaching something different. All right, well, unfortunately, we're pretty far behind already, but that happens. Yeah, I don't think we're going to win anymore. I know it's only turn 3, but all it took was 3 land drops to help me sort of establish that. That was the risk of this keep, was not drawing creatures. And not only did we not draw creatures, we didn't even draw non-land cards. So I don't think there's a chance in hell of winning this anymore, but we'll see. We'll play it out. I think it is actually impossible to win this now. Not impossible, just super unlikely. All right, now it might actually be impossible to win. I'm trying to think. Alabaster Kirin, I guess, holds down the fort. Anything else in my deck that's worth a damn drawing? I guess Ash Cloud Phoenix would be a good draw. All right, so lesson learned. I got cocky, I guess, and kept a hand I shouldn't have kept. I think in the future I can't keep hands like that. Just too many factors against it. Like this Jeskai, they're just terrible now. I can Feat of Resistance block this Summit Prowler if he doesn't have anything. Then we still go to 5, I guess. Oh, he's got Ankle Shanker in his deck too. Well, same plan, I guess. I guess I probably have to kill the Ankle Shanker. Wait, can I? 4, 6, 8, 9. No, I guess that's actually not possible, so. I probably shouldn't have even shown him the Feat of Resistance, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, all right. So I won't concede. I guess we'll just lose instead. He already knows about Canyon Lurkers, so I guess I don't mind showing him that. All right, so I got to be wiser in game 3. This is a deck that unfortunately has to mulligan hands that don't have creatures. It sucks. I hate it when you don't have the flexibility to make decisions like that with your deck, but you really, unfortunately, when you're playing aggro, your game plan is play a bunch of creatures and then get in a bunch of times and don't give your opponent a chance to do anything. So, gotta play it smart. Can't keep hands like that. It was a cocky keep. It didn't pan out for me, obviously. I don't know why it would have panned out for me. It basically forced me to draw 2 drops starting on my first turn. So, bad decision on my part. We'll try and make a better one in game 3 here. This hand's not ideal, but we have all 3 colors and at least we have creatures this time, so we will keep it. That was a great draw. What's the weakest card in my hand if I wanted to discard something? Probably Island, I guess. It's really tanking hard on this play. Not exactly sure why. I wonder if it's a Skull Hunter and he doesn't know if he wants to play it now or wait for value later. Ah, Tormenting Voice. Okay. Very good. I like Tormenting Voice. Alright, so we get an attack in. That's kind of nice. And we get to play the Weapon Master as well, which is also nice. I guess we attack. Now the Island is definitely the card we're pitching. Ooh, well, don't have our second red source yet, but ideally we draw it very soon. Alright, so I can attack into the Morph with my Elder, play the Trumpet Blast if I have to, which I think is fine. I'm not going to attack with my Weapon Master, though. He seems more valuable to me as a attacker blocker. Well, there's our red source. Yeah, let's just attack with the Elder here. It's fine. If he doesn't block, we get to do War Shrieker. Phoenix, actually, which is kind of nice. But we'll see if he blocks. I honestly don't mind if he does. Trumpet Blast as a removal spell is perfectly acceptable. He's seen our Feat of Resistance, so I think he honestly would definitely be motivated to play around that. That's interesting. All right, well, guess he's forcing our hand here. So we'll do that. Could have a Ruthless Ripper. All right, still panned out for us. He revealed Kill Shot, so now we have that information at our disposal, which is kind of nice. So now we just play the Swiftwater Cliffs and pass. We can pretty comfortably play around Kill Shot too, which is nice. Especially if he's playing something. Yep. Summit Prowler. Alright, so we can just play land and smash in. Doesn't really have a good block here. It's a very unwise block, especially after he's seen a Weapon Master, I think, but I happily accept. So what are we ditching? I do kind of want to use Elder's ability. Well, I guess we'll see what we ditch, huh? Yeah, let's just ditch the land. Don't need it. So next turn we can attack in, play War Shrieker plus Ashcloud Phoenix, actually hard cast, which is cool. Oh, gotta admit, I wasn't expecting End Hostilities to be played, but we're still in pretty good shape here, I would say. Um, so I can play Expert plus Leaping Master. I can also just play Phoenix. I think we probably just do the Phoenix, so that way, next turn I'm much more likely to be able to attack in for the old raid with our War Shrieker and then get an expert off of that. So I think it's a better setup to play the Ashcloud Phoenix. It's also just not very susceptible to a lot of removal. Suspension Field can't hit it, and any kill spell, and it just gets morphed. Treasure Cruise is a pretty awesome draw at this point. Swarm of Bloodflies. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Well, we can do Valley Dasher, but the problem with that is then we won't be able to do the War Shrieker. So I think we just do same plan we had before. Just swing in. And go War Shrieker. Guess I could actually do Valley Dasher Leaping Master, but is that better? Certainly not better if he's got some answers to our dudes. But having more dudes on the board is nice as well. I kind of like Valley Dasher being a surprise. If I play the Valley Dasher post-combat, he knows to play something that can defend it. So I'd rather just do the Bloodfire Expert. He does have Kill Shot. Still know about the Kill Shot. Problem is Ashcloud Phoenix still dies, which means Swarm of Bloodflies still does get bigger. Which could possibly put me in an awkward spot. Alright, he's playing a Morph. So I think we're still okay. I don't really see why he's attacking there. I get because he's not blocking. Okay, that actually makes sense. So he's probably just gonna kill shot our. Actually, I don't know what he's kill shotting. I think we are jamming Valley Dasher though. I'll tell you that much. So let's get this out here first. Maybe just kill shots the Phoenix, but Phoenix comes back, so I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure what he's kill shotting. Maybe the 3/3? Alright. No problems there. He at least has to play another spell to kill it again. And he's taking all the damage, which is interesting. Must be a ponyback brigade, but can't really do all that much about it. So, play the cliffs. Play a leaping master. And we'll pass. So next turn I can unmorph my Phoenix and get in with it again. I think we just unmorph and swing. I do have to think for a second here. If he's got Ponyback Brigade, he unmorphs it. What happens? He blocks my 3/1 and my 2/1 with tokens. Which is pretty good for him. He eats my Valley Dad. Well, he can't afford to take the Phoenix either. I don't think it... I'm trying to think if it's to my benefit to attack with everything. I'm not sure it is. The problem with attacking with everything and this being a Ponyback Brigade is Swarm of Bloodflies is going to get enormously big. Like, at least 4 things would die, but he can't take the Ash Cloud Phoenix at the same time. So he at least has to block the Ash Cloud Phoenix. I guess I swing with everything. I'm pretty much just trying to ride this Ash Cloud Phoenix to victory anyway. So if it is a Ponyback Brigade, he can unmorph, block my dudes. He still is forced to block the Ash Cloud Phoenix, though, with his Swarm. I mean, that's assuming this is a Ponyback. Yeah. So we're still okay. He's still forced to block the Ash Cloud Phoenix, like I said. He does get a good block otherwise, but we're still in pretty good shape here. Oh, he has a Defiant Strike as well. All right. That's okay. I think he's got a block here, too. Guess he doesn't have to, based on... It depends on what's in his hand. But, so... I'm trying to think. Would it have been better for me to just attack with Ash Cloud Phoenix and Valley Dasher? The answer is probably yes. Likely yes. Can just F6 now pretty comfortably. All right, so gets an opportunity to take out the Ash Cloud Phoenix. Yep, you got it. And unfortunately, he's got a follow-up play as well. And it's something that can block my Valley Dasher. So that worked out pretty well for him. And it turns out my attack is going to cost us pretty dearly. So that sucks. I wish that didn't happen the way that it did. But I guess I just didn't think it out well enough. Or maybe I thought it required him to have a removal and a follow-up creature, which he had, and I was just hoping he didn't have it. So it could be one of those things too. But what can I say? It worked out great for him. He's drawn gas. He got rid of our threat. He drew the removal spell he had to draw. So everything kind of worked out for him. So and there's just nothing I can do about it. A lot of factors had to happen for us to be in the situation that we're in now. He had to have the Ponyback Brigade, check. He had to have a Defiant Strike to get a better block, check. He had to draw a removal spell to take care of our Phoenix after removing it, check. And he had to have a follow-up creature. So he had 4 things that worked out for him to turn the board state into the thing that it is now. And all at the cost of me attacking with everything. So pretty remarkable, actually. But those things happen. That is Magic the Gathering for you. Amazing things do happen. I think I actually swing with both. I have to be confident with my Morph guy. All right, good. The confidence paid off exactly the way we needed it to. All right, it's actually fine. We're still in the aggressive spot here. And now we're just a removal spell away from getting him. So if we draw our Bring Low, he's just dead. Or a Treasure Cruise. All right. So that was a super close match. In retrospect, the attack into the Ponyback was not a wise idea, basically because he was forced to block with his Swarm of Bloodflies. Yeah, he was forced to block our Ash Cloud with his Swarm of Bloodflies. So in retrospect, it would have been better to just attack with the Valley Dasher, attack with the Ash Cloud Phoenix. He unmorphs Ponyback, still forced to block our Ash Cloud. Probably just blocks with his Ponyback or a token and a Defiant Strike, whatever. But at least we're left with our board. So my only regret play from this match, I think, and yeah, I mean that got dangerously close to, could have gone either way. Absolutely. I don't know why he's running Bloodfire Mentor either in his deck. It's kind of strange since he doesn't have any blue sources. And that Treasure Cruise just came at like the most timely. It's just such a powerful card. 1 mana, draw 3. I just ancestraled in Standard. I mean, it's very good. All right, let's move to round 2 here.